21st of yoga. 21st of yoga. Wednesday, the 21st of December. And this is my personal yoga practice. Getting started right away. A quick forward fold to get any kinks or pops out of the neck and back. Kinks in the neck, get those out. A little back to the spine. All right, upward facing dog. Fingers pointed towards the toes. To get some stimulation on the forearms. Bring this back. Let the body slide into place. For me, generally most days I have to wait on the low back for the vertebrae to get in the right spot, because if I try to enhance the pose too quickly or too soon, the low back says no. In the most polite terms. But if I wait, I'm calm, I just relax, usually the low back will open up nicely. So be respectful of your body. Continue to breathe. And feel the breath slide through the passageways. You might count your breaths. Yeah, if you start to lose focus, count your exhales. Engage the muscles on the back ever so slightly, the low back, to help find maybe just a little bit more stimulation, a little bit more arch. Got about a minute left. Got another timer. Needed dismissal, but it went away. Yay. So it's going to come back. And relax. Feel the body. It's early in the morning. If you haven't had anything to eat, might be hungry. Feel that too. Feel all the sensations in the body. And then rank the sensations. What's providing the most signal at the moment? Forearms, the right forearm is providing more signal than the left forearm. Man parts providing some signal, because there's no place for them to go. Right, because you get the legs together, right? You want the legs flat on the earth. And, you work out, you get your thighs big enough. There's just no place for those things to go. Alright. That's it for that. Next up. The arms equalize. Oh yeah, and so I'm sitting here, right? I'm equalizing. A nice little hero's pose where the right knee pops. So get the knees in place. Alright, let's do some wheel pose. And then we'll do some scorpion pose. Because the wheel pose I'm not yet able to hold for the remaining time. So I got up at 2 minutes, 25 seconds. I can usually hold for about a minute. That's where the arms give out. I noticed, yeah, it just seems like my arms can't fully extend. Well, that's a nerve stretch on the front side of my shoulder, like the pecs. Feeling that. It takes a lot of effort, and then the stomach, the abdomen, actually has a lot of stretch going on. So there's a lot of stretch going on the front side of the body. That's kind of limiting here. While having to use a lot of musculature effort to maintain the pose. Relax. And I think that's it for that. Not a very graceful transition. Somewhat graceful, but hey. Next up, let's see if we can do a little bit of scorpion pose to finish out. Here. There we go. Find your balance, then find the pose. Another 13 seconds. That. Let the body equalize, neutralize, get reset just a hair. Heroes is great for that. Sometimes you know, the ankles out, right? For when you're really just working on hero pose, you should get the ankles out. But next up is another forward fold. And this forward fold, hold for the remaining time. Get the heels, the ankles, the balls of the feet together. Get a couple kinks out of the neck. Oh, balance. Balance. Relax. Hands under the feet. Alright, today I'm kind of grabbing the feet with the outside of the hands. Feel the balance and then start to relax. Relax the upper body, relax the spine, the vertebrae. Let the spine dangle from the pelvis. Straighten the legs. Rotate the pelvis forward. Continue to breathe. Breathe through the nose if you can. Another 55 seconds. And there we go. This is an interesting stretch for me. So I don't feel a major stretch on any muscle group.
But in trying to hold the stretch, right, there's just a little tension, a little tightness around the hamstrings. Yeah, so like the hamstring area, thighs, hamstrings. Right, it feels like they can't just flop over, right? Relatively speaking. The pelvis can fold forward, but then there's just a little hint of tightness. It's not much of a stretch. But it feels not like a muscle stretch. It feels more like a nerve stretch.
And that is it for that. All right, back down to the floor. Some floor work today. All right, work up 2 foot behind the head. To where you can see the head. Forward movement. Get the body in the right spot. Let the right leg relax. Get the left knee, place it onto the earth, and try and work that shoulder into the knee. And start to feel it. Right, starting to feel a stretch right there. Find a sustainable position. Relax. And once you find that position that's sustainable, when you hold it for a few moments, the body might relax and might allow you into a deeper position. Like that, I can turn around so I can see the camera. There we go. Good stuff. So yeah, the right leg's just relaxed, and the back of my head is right on the shin, close to the Achilles. Using quite a bit of, not quite a bit, using a fair amount of arm effort to keep the position. Feeling a nice stretch on the left thigh, really kind of the left hamstring. Minute and 5 seconds left. So I could probably force it further if I wanted to, but I don't know how sustainable that would be. So I'm just going to chill out here for a moment. Because I can feel a nice stretch on the left thigh. And so the relax, right? You found this nice enhanced position. Just relax. Yeah, the calf muscle is, or my shoulders pushing in my calf muscle, creating a little bit of stuff there. Enhance the stretch maybe a little bit. But when you enhance, you get to use your support muscles to help out. Because you don't know if you can fully relax yet. So now I'm actually feeling a little bit of a stretch on the upper back, on the right side of the upper back. So let's let out of that a little bit. Yeah, that's starting to be the limiting factor. Is there's sensation on the upper back on the right side. And that's that. Alright, so the other side, get the timer started. And so the work up to this is, right, you get your knee into the earth, right? Press the knee on the floor, and then get your shoulder, get your tricep in your hand, into your hamstring. Right, start working that through. Start working the head towards the ankle. Right, if you can hit your ankle to your head, there you go. And then eventually, it just kind of works.
But yeah, if this isn't comfortable for you, if this is not sustainable for you, if the body says, no, we ain't doing that, then don't do it, right? Only do what you can. Find your own personal practice. And as much as it is a negotiation with your body, right? Hey, can we do this today? How about that? Be sure to respect your body. The way that you respect it is you pay attention to the sensations, and if it gets to be too much, you pull back. So you're starting to feel some sensation on the left side of like the base of the neck, the upper back. Not sure why I feel that sensation there. But that's what I feel. Along with, I'm feeling some nice sensation on the thigh. But the thigh sensation seems to be sustainable, whereas the upper back sensation is perhaps not. For another 59 seconds, more or less. Relax. There we go. So yeah, now the thigh is the primary sensation now. Not so much the neck / upper back. It's interesting how it's on the left side. It's not the it's like the base of the neck on the left side. Those muscles right on the left side of the vertebrae, they're either straining or stretching or something. Feel those muscles along with the thigh. The right thigh's got a lot of nice, wonderful sensation, and it feels like the blood flow in the right leg is constricted, so the foot's not getting as much blood. Right, so I'm going through the process of my foot falling asleep. Well, I'm not holding it long enough that my foot will fall asleep, but that's what it feels like. And 3 minutes are up. Ever so gently get out of pose. Yeah, let the blood flow return to the leg. Make sure everything's right.
Alright, very cool. Next up, hamstring stretches. So, get the legs out to a little more than 90 degrees. As best as you can, if you're trying to follow along. And look at that left foot. Wonderful left foot. Pelvis is open a little bit to allow for the stretch. Alright, I'm still feeling it. That sensation there. It's not a stretch or anything, but I feel the after effects of that. Alright, and so now I'm trying to reach the right hand to the left foot. The left hand is going to go under the right hamstring in a moment. So I get the left shoulder towards the earth, the skull towards the earth, forehead towards the earth. It's that nice, wonderful expression. Yeah, man parts need some help. There we go. And look at that. Head finds the earth. Deep stretch on the left hamstring. Stretch on the right shoulder. And a lot of sensation around the max sensations on the left hamstring on this side. Then I'm also feeling the pelvis, right? This is not a normal position.
That's something you normally do during the day when you're sitting at the office looking at your computer. So we're going to relax the pelvis. And eventually I think I want to get the right hand towards the left heel. That's not happening yet. Oddly enough, it's the left hamstring that seems to be preventing that. Not the right shoulder. Although the right shoulder does have a little bit to say. The left hamstring is providing more sensation than the right shoulder. Because this is kind of an interesting pose. So I'm stretching the right shoulder along with the left hamstring. Now look at that, resting the right bicep onto the right ear. And time is up.
There we go. Reset the timer. Get the other leg. That's the leg I just did. Yeah. So I had the wrong leg in the frame. Oh well. So now we do the right leg, and I think I can spread the legs out a little more. So I guess at some point I'll have both legs straight, the legs parallel when I do this. Eventually. And this side usually tends to go a little quicker. The pelvis is a little more apt. Yeah, where the spine meets the pelvis, that seems to work a little bit better on this side. Or those muscles around there. A little more used to this, for whatever reason. Head towards the earth. Get that right hand under the left hamstring. Yeah, on this side I feel more sensation on the left shoulder and rib cage as compared to the right hamstring. So a very fascinating pose. Feel the nice stretch. Is this a good spot? For the man parts, gotta check in with the man parts. Seems like they're okay. And relax. It's just that simple, right? Let's get that closer to what I can see it. Minute left. Relax, breathe. Enjoy the stretch. And as I hold the pose, I feel more of a stretch on the right pelvis and thigh. And then I can relax the rest of the body. Getting close to a zero effort stretch, that's cool. The only real tension is on the left hand to keep hold of the right foot. And that's it for that. Very cool. Next up, wide splits. Look at that. I got somebody watching. Very cool. So for wide splits, I'm almost already in position right now. But I want the legs a little bit further out. Because I can roll forward, right? But then that rolls onto the man parts and I can't get the upper body down, right? I can't get the whole abdomen and pelvis down, so I gotta
lift up a little bit so I can go over the man parts and then feel that nice stretch. And then lay the hands, oh look at that. I can touch the toes. I don't want to put this on frame. So my legs are a little bit more forward, right? I don't think they're in a parallel line. That's okay, it's a slightly different stretch. And just relax. Continue to breathe. Equal parts inhale and exhale. Breathe through the nose as best as you can. Feel my stretch on the thighs, kind of the inner thighs. Yeah, on the bottom side of the thighs. It doesn't feel quite like a hamstring stretch, but it's close to the hamstrings. You can pulse the muscles, find a little bit of freedom. Just feel what it's like to move those muscles in an enhanced expression of the pose. Three, two, one, and that's it for that. Alright, so before I get to the handstand, another thing, just did some super intense hip stretches, right? So let's make sure we got the hip in the right spot. So just kind of roll the hip open, find any way to balance this. Trying to sell out to get the hip move in its maximum radius, however you want to say that. And I just felt a nice pop in my right hip. And so yeah, you're rolling, you're using the rest of the body. What you're trying to do is trying to get that femur to rotate through its entire arc of movement everywhere it can go in that hip, so that you can reseat that hip bone into that joint. There we go. And the other way. Just use the muscles, keep the knee bent, and feel the hip, the movement through the hip joint. There we go. Alright, cool. Because actually, my right hip had been nagging me yesterday, most of the day, because I hadn't done that. Alright, so next up, handstand practice. Let's do yogi squat, handstand practice today. So, start from yogi squat, right? If you're balancing on the balls of your feet, bring the heels down, prayer hands, triceps kind of pressing into the shins, side of the calves. This is yogi squat, very cool. So then the trick is to kind of maintain this position with the upper body and legs, but get the hips over the head, right? So a good way to start off is crow pose, right? Because you get the shins into the triceps. You can feel that. There you go. And then next up is you get the hips up. It's just that simple, right? And then do something with the legs.
Keep balance. Pretend your hands are your feet. Keep balance centered on the hands. Somewhere on the hands. Oh, balance. Bend the elbows for more control. Straighten the elbows for less effort. And that's it for that. Alright, so next up, do not try this at home, but I'm going to do a headstand. Alright, and I want to see a little bit. There we go. So I'm looking straight at my head is square with my hips and shoulders. And then keep the legs straight and pull that up, right? Just that simple. And breathe. Find some balance. What happens if you start to lose your balance is your legs will start to go up. And if they go real fast, that's not good. So relax. Oh, there we go. Find that balance. Because I'm not sure what's behind me. Oh, just the wall, right? I don't know how close it is at the moment. I don't want to find out the hard way. This is much more relaxing. The legs straight actually took some effort. And flip the hips, flip the legs. And that's it. Come out very gently if you tried that. But again, don't ever try that until you're ready. Alright, so looks like I've got one viewer today, and you are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. This has been my personal practice, my 8 a.m. yoga. If you want, hey, join me tomorrow. Have a good one. Make it great.